community and the board and the administration of the schools
Oh my gosh.
fighting to make sure that we have there you go. Fighting to make sure that we have all the square footage we needed for our kids was super important. So I just want to say
Thank you for putting this together. That 3D kind of fly through really makes it come alive, and I'm excited for this to get going.
Yeah, so it's been a long time coming, and not without some little bit of pain, but it's
Be worth it.
it's gonna happen.
it's for
Will the 3D presentation will that be available on the school website?
yes, so we can do a few things. We've had a district page that we've been updating as we go along the project. We can either put it on there, Ms. Roble, or we can pass you the link and you guys can post like a YouTube link if that works, whichever you feel.
And then this will also be on our YouTube.
I think that would help tremendously.
We'll get started on that as soon as we get back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Get people excited.
Yeah,
For sure.
and thank you all for making the drive up here tonight.
Oh, it's great to see everyone face to face.
And we know you have to get back, so whenever you all want to leave, you're welcome to do so.
Thank you so much. Ready?
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. It is in the folder, but we'll go ahead and go on YouTube and then we'll send you guys those. So
Thank you for your coordination.
Thanks, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot of moving reports that week.
Yeah, your detail.
Moving on to item 10,
Thank
new
you.
business. NMSBA annual conference, December 4th through 6th.
They sent out an email invitation. I wasn't sure if anybody was going to go to that one or if you were gonna wait for the law conference. If anybody wants to go, I forget the deadline for registering. November 14th.
But I'd like to know by November 10th, if possible.
By the 10th?
Be a really good conference.
Yeah, it used to.
I think I'm gonna do the love conference.
You're gonna wait and do the law conference. They don't have a
Yeah.
lot of detail out about the breakout sessions yet. It just has the times. There's no information on them.
I may wait to see what some of the topics are.
Okay, sounds good.
And you need to know when again?
November 10th.
By the 10th?
I'm sure I'm not gonna be able to make it.
Okay,
Okay. All right. Is that it on the conference?
yes, November 10th.
By the 10th? Okay. Moving on to 10B. Hopefully County Sheriff's Department truck donor.
So our maintenance staff uses the little white Ranger that is on its last leg. We've done some repairs to it, but it's at the point where it needs to be replaced. With the new school site coming up, we weren't sure if we needed another truck, if we needed a skid steer, if we weren't sure what kind of equipment we were really gonna need for the new site to be able to service what we need to. So we were trying to hold off on buying a new vehicle for that. In the meantime, the sheriff's department received quite a bit of grant money for new vehicles for their fleet. So I approached the sheriff about what he was going to do with his old vehicles that were still in good working order. The county agreed to donate us one of their trucks that was being taken out of service free of charge. So if it is acceptable to the board, I would ask that you approve the donation of the truck. It has a little more than 100,000 miles on it, but the maintenance records are coming. It's in good working order, and that will allow us to kind of tide over without having to buy a new vehicle for maintenance until we're certain what we need to service the new site appropriately.
You said some key words there. Free.
Yes, yeah. My favorite
We
price.
don't turn any of that down, do we? Ever?
And I'm
Not at all.
grateful to the sheriff and grateful to the county for making that donation. That was huge for us.
It is huge. It is. Works out well for everybody, and the school has done a lot for the sheriff's department too. So. Any questions on the donation?
No.
Moving on to item 11, superintendent's report.
First of all, I wanted to thank Teacher Carol, Miss Trujillo, and Miss Andrea for sprucing up our board area. They got these tablecloths and put up the flowers and our little bear sign up front. So it was a more inviting area for our board meeting. So a thank you to them. Last time we gave you an update on some of the exciting things that were happening with the older kids. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about what's happening with the younger kids. Last week, grades K through 6 were able to go to the governor's residence in Santa Fe for a fall festival field trip. It was arranged in a way that each of the departments in state government had a booth, and the kids rotated through the different booths. And it was the very first field trip for our little kindergartners. You know, they were 2 hours on the bus down there, a couple hours down there, 2 hours on the way back. They did great. Everybody had a wonderful time. And it was a very successful field trip. Tomorrow, grades 2 through 6 are going to return to the Kids, Cows, and More annual event. They're very excited about that. We are starting a Little Bears cheer team. So starting with basketball, students in grades 4 through 6 can join a Little Bear cheer squad. They're going to do practices during some of the recesses that they have together in case there's students who can't stay after school for practice. And then they'll have some practices that are in the evening or on Saturdays. They will be sitting at the bottom of the bleachers during basketball games, home basketball games, and cheering on our teams together. And then during halftime, they'll go out and do a little performance as well. I think they're also going to do the pledge at the beginning of the basketball games for us. So I'm excited about that. We have quite a few students interested in that. I think there's about 12 between grades 4 through 6. And that'll be a way to kind of help grow that cheer team and a way to involve some of our younger students and families in some of those extracurricular activities. Nurse Penny has agreed to coach that. Also, this week, we are starting back our elementary art class. Kelly Jones is going to be doing recorded art lessons for our students. They'll be grade level specific. And we have a substitute who's going to be kind of a permanent substitute for that position. She'll come in every Wednesday for an hour before classes start for art. Go into what Ms. Jones has uploaded into a Google Drive for that purpose, pull together all of the materials for it, prep the lessons. She'll then deliver the lessons, over video, supervise the students, help them, and then clean up at the end of the day and upload their assignments into that Google Drive for Ms. Jones to then grade. So it's not a perfect solution. We're still looking for a permanent art, but at least the kids won't miss out on art, and our elementary teachers can get back that hour of prep time a week that they've been missing. So that will start on Wednesday this week. And then this afternoon, our cross-country kiddos went to Albuquerque for the Albuquerque Extravaganza this past weekend. It's kind of their dry run for the state meet. It's the same course as the state meet. And they went overnight. They stayed Friday night. And this afternoon, I got an email from the manager of the hotel that they stayed at, thanking our kids and saying how fantastic the team was. She said, my staff had nothing but wonderful things to share about your group's grace and professionalism, and that they were very grateful for that. I went out to practice to tell Coach Pierce and the boys how proud of them I was and how I appreciated them representing Maxwell that way. And Coach Pierce shared a story with me. They were staying in an area that had several restaurants right in a row. So the kids didn't all want to go one place. They were sent off with their meal money and said, okay, text me where you're going. Coach Pierce and the bus driver went to one restaurant, and a little while later, the boys walked in, didn't see them. And it was a restaurant that had kind of some unusual cuisine that they weren't used to. The boys came in, were extremely polite to, the host that seated them. They sat down, they asked the waiter for, suggestions for their meal because they weren't sure what to order. Were extremely polite, respectful. The waiter came over and checked on them later. So much so that an elderly couple that was sitting a couple of tables away recognized that, came over and thanked them for their behavior and praised them for their behavior and paid for the meal for every single team member.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. That was nice.
And the boys didn't know that Coach Pierce and the driver were there. So she peeked her head around and said, you know, good job, guys. And they were a little surprised to see her. So that just, you know, you never know what kids are going to do when they're out of your sight. And I think that's a real testament to our kids in Maxwell that they represent us well.
Kudos to Coach Pierce as well. Thank you. And I had a spy that was part of the governor's residence one, and they said that our kids were very well. Except for elementary kids, it was very surprising how well behaved they were.
That's it for me.
That's awesome. That makes you feel good.
Yeah.
That makes you feel good. Good stuff. All good stuff. All right, any questions? Ms. Robo?
No.
Okay, moving on to item 12, I'll entertain a motion to accept the donation from the sheriff's truck for maintenance.
Second.
Motion by Randy, seconded by Shar. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries 5-0. All right, item number 13 is executive session, superintendent evaluation of contract, discuss the following. As permitted by the Open Meetings Act, superintendent evaluation contract, section 10-15-1H2. I will entertain a motion to enter exec. AC seconded by Shar. Call vote, Shar,
Yes.
Randy,
Yes.
Casey,
Yes.
Elisa,
Yes.
and I vote yes. 5-0, and it is 7:06.